Hi everyone and welcome back. Patricia here with a tag video all about thrifting. It was written by Border Bananas and it's called the What I Left Behind tag. I like to live a little more clutter-free than I have in the last few months, and so this tag came at a perfect time because I know we all like to get a little overboard during the last few months of the year. So let's jump into her questions. My first tip is to find out what day they're having their sales. Now some stores have their stuff on sale regularly, like Tuesdays is home stuff, or Wednesdays is the bric-a-brac. So find out their schedule. Otherwise, if they don't have a set schedule, just go in and say like what color tags are on sale, because a lot of thrift stores will do like a certain color that day. If you can find out what day they're unloading their stuff, that would be really helpful. I managed to hit up my Goodwill on one of those days. I think it was a Wednesday, and that's the day I posted a haul on that day. I found more than I'd ever found in the past. Do like at least 2 loops. Again, I like to shop mostly home decor, so that's usually around the perimeter of my stores with all the clothes in the center. So I'll go around once and I'll put anything in my cart that I think I might like, and then I'll go around a second time putting things back or like seeing if there's anything I missed. To sort of keep in mind, for me, what I recently got rid of, to keep in mind those feelings of dread when your home feels cluttered. But I just have in general like a thing with clutter and shopping. I don't want to bring home too much, even if I love it. Sometimes that's not a good enough reason. If you need it is like the ultimate reason. If I stuck to what I needed, I would probably never shop. There's almost nothing I need. Now I have a very broken tea kettle, and I've had it broken for months, and I keep putting a screw in it and like gluing it. My husband's helping me put it back together. So you might think I need a new tea kettle, but really if that were to like finally break, which it's going to soon, I could just boil water in a pot. So honestly, like if you really want to stay true to budget, go with necessities only. Another good way to stay true to budget, thrifting or otherwise, is to keep your budget on your phone. So I use the Every Dollar app. It's totally free for anyone, and it's both Android and iPhone now. But I can see right there, and I can track my spending on my phone if I'm going over or not. In fact, if you buy at my local place, if you buy fewer than like $5 or $10 worth of products, you get a charge for using a debit, like a little fee. So bring cash to your thrift stores, and that's another great way to stay on budget, because when you're out of cash, you can't shop anymore. Try to be true to yourself. When you see stuff at thrift stores that you've seen all over YouTube or on your Facebook sites, is it your style? It might be very cool, like milk glass, for instance. The milk glass tag came out. I watched several of them. Everyone's posting milk glass. I think it's very pretty, but it's not my collection. I don't have a single piece. And if I see one, I may be tempted to get it because all of my good friends are hauling them and showing them. But I have to be true to myself. I don't have that collection. I don't want that collection. I don't need that collection. Maybe one day I'll have a piece. Again, I think they're very pretty. I'm just giving myself a little out in case in the future I do buy one. But to be honest with yourself is always important. Is it something you love, not just something that you think your friends will love? Question 3 is, what are your criteria for bringing home an item? So do you need it? Do you love it? Is it your style? But also, is it in fairly good shape? Sometimes things are nicked or broken, and if it's a little nick or something, you might be able to fix it. But if it's like electronic and you're not sure if it works, I wouldn't even bother, honestly. Or if you think you're going to need to like repaint it or something, by the time you get all the materials, put your time, your work and your energy into fixing it up, you may as well purchase it brand new and got the exact look that you wanted. So some of those things are my criteria. If it's ripped or stained or kind of smells weird, I usually stay away from stuff like that. I've seen so many cute pairs of shoes, but the criteria for shoes are they have to fit. Like it's the perfect pair of shoe. It's an expensive shoe for just $3, but it's just a size too small. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm tempted, but I'm not gonna do it because it doesn't fit. And especially for shoes, you need comfort. Another good thing to think of is, do you have a place for it? We don't have a desk in our home at all. We just have a table where we work, and it might be nice to have a desk someday, especially because my husband does work from home. But in this house, the way it's set up, we don't really have a good place for it. We don't want to clutter or box ourselves in. So if I were to see the perfect desk, I still might not buy it because I don't have a place for it. Thrifting is just like any other shopping. You have to stay on your budget. You have to make sure you love it, want it, it's in good condition. But it's harder because everything is so inexpensive. So you're thinking like, oh, what's the use? If it doesn't work out, it was only $2. But still, those $2 add up, and your home real estate starts to shrink in on you when you buy everything just because it was $2. So whether or not Target had it brand new last week, do you need it? Do you need it? It could be $1, but if you don't need a third refrigerator, don't buy it. I used to say this a lot in my previous videos. Even if you can afford it, it doesn't mean you need to bring it home. So keep that in mind all the time, but especially at thrift stores because the prices are that good. I've definitely left behind items that I kind of wished I had a need for. I found some really nice shoes for kids. They were just in the wrong size. Purses, furniture, but you know, I just don't have room for it, and I'm already feeling overwhelmed with the amount that I do have, so I didn't want to bring it in. But yes, there are lots of things that I've left behind and kind of dreamt about. But when I started my decluttering challenge last month, there's like a day where you wrote a letter to items, and so I've actually talk to these items and tell them that I think they're really awesome and cool, and somebody's going to come along and buy them and give them a good new life, but it's just not going to be me. So the thing that most recently made my day was the toddler table. I was thrilled to find that. Honestly, after thinking about it, I don't think that there's anything on my wish list right now. Maybe to have chairs that go along with that table, but it's not a big need right now. Number 7 is, can you show us pictures of things that you didn't buy? And I have been taking pictures of things that I don't buy. So starting with toddler toys, there are always blocks and puzzles, educational games and activities, but I just don't have room for it all. So I try to choose things that are just age appropriate and trust that when she gets older, I can find those things again in the future. I found this great pair of Keens, but they were just way too big, and I really didn't want to hang on to them for that long. Magazine rack was tempting. I kind of regret not buying that house now that I see it. This was only a $10 weight bench, a great trunk for storage and vintage Pyrex, all the cast iron you could want, but again, I kind of am satisfied with what I already have. We do have a tricycle. It's not vintage, but we already have one. Now, some of this clothes was really tempting as well, but it was just a little uncomfortable. I didn't bring it home. I kind of wanted this chair. It had great shape, but the DIY needed was just above my skill set. And Olivia's already learning the art of put it back. We didn't buy either of those. So I hope you like this tag. I was kind of talking a lot, but it was fun to talk in the idea of decluttering and not shopping. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.